I'm actually kind of curious about how did like you said, you have proof or data that kind of shows that material really brings like a conclusion to things, right? People will check out, people will fill in things, they'll touch things they're supposed to touch. How do you guys like do all the research and fit this into a nice looking design?
So, Google is now a big company. We've got about 200,000 employees or something like that. I forget what the official number is, but we have huge numbers of what we call UXR, user experience researchers. They are based both inside material design itself and work for us when we need to validate or learn something about what we're doing. But then they're also embedded in all the products. You think of the big products like Gmail or Docs or shopping or any of those things, they have their own researchers that are running tests to see the performance of their product. So, you know, the um, so these researchers run A/B tests on things to see which design performs better than other. They don't take anything that we do necessarily as gospel. Um, they test it out. So we test it out essentially in these Google products. Research studies come in inside the company where they say that something looks better or another, and then we make decisions based on that. We also just have a really good connection to feedback from the other design organizations. So you may notice that buttons in a lot of Google apps have become pill shaped. But in the material design guidelines, they're rounded rectangle. This is something where we thought rounded rectangle was the best way to go. And then designers throughout the company have felt that pill was the best way to go. And now we're starting to say, like, hey, you know what? Maybe you're right. And we'll take that into account and say that that's maybe a better way to go. So we're working on taking in that feedback and maybe changing how buttons look in our guidelines for everybody. So really, I guess that's kind of a nice way of saying that Google has billions of dollars of revenue on the line for every change that we make inside our design, and they test the hell out of it. So they will not let something go out there that is bad for business, because at the scale that we're at, where we measure our users in billions, it really is noticeable if a design change ends up having a negative consequence. So you can pretty much feel some confidence to know that if you're seeing it inside Google Apps and we're recommending it in our guidelines, it has been put through the ringer to validate that it is a good idea.